like a notification.
Right. Okay. Let's see if I'm live again. Let's go with this.
I didn't get anything from the Discord notification.
All
Like
right,
I
so
usually
now
do.
I'm live on
Well, hold on.
Twitter. I'm live on Twitter.
Oh, you did that.
Right. And then where was the other ones I'm supposed to be on?
Hold on. I just got one. Live on Twitch.
And let me see if I'm live.
I thought you weren't going on Twitch. I just got one. Okay. Yeah, so there it is. We're live on Twitch.
And we're also live on Rumble. And
you would think we've done this before.
Oh, we're trying something new.
You fucking asshole.
We're trying something new. Now, I wonder if I hit this, edit channels.
You know, when I try something new, I usually have a safe word, John.
Yeah, okay.
Just saying. And
all right. So
even if it's like a food.
All right. So now I'm going over to Facebook. Hello, everybody. We're trying Restream. And what we're doing.
Weird. It shows. Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't have any channels live. It's just.
All right. And we are live on the Facebook. And then if I go to the John Domingo channel.
I thought you didn't want Facebook.
Oh, when I did that, it reverted back. When I turned everything off, it reverted back.
Just reset. Now it shows you live on YouTube. Let me click and make sure. Yeah. So you're live on YouTube.
See.
Are you going to Rumble? No?
Yes. Yeah, I'm on Rumble.
Okay. Well, that wasn't one of the two that you picked earlier. My feed. Let me see. Yep. Jamingo Rants.
Okay.
Is.
There we go.
God bless my fucking.
All right. So here we go.
Sometimes Apple shit can just be stupid as fuck. I've got one of those HomePods, the like minis, over here on my desk, and it keeps trying to take over the audio on my phone.
All right. So I don't know.
Look, HomePod mini is trying to take over.
Right. I've had the same problem. When I turn my camera on, it tries to use my iPhone camera. It does it all the time. All right. So I have no idea. Well, if anybody finds us.
A Duchess is on Rumble and says, hello, you're live on Rumble.
All righty. Let me go to Rumble.
We don't know because the chat does not display here.
I know. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop out my chat.
I'll go to
Rumble and put it over here.
Chat in advance.
All right. So we're on, but we're also, let me see what happens here.
I just tested chat in YouTube. That's working.
All right. Now there's a chat over here, which I'm going to send a message to myself. Hello.
All right. I just did one on Twitch, which is weird. It should have my avatar, but it does not.
All right. So there's a chat there. Now, did anything pop up on the chat? Let me see where the chat is. Where is the chat? The chat. Oh, there's the chat. All right. So
it's on the right.
It showed up on YouTube. Look. It showed up on X. So now, okay, so the chat works, X works, Twitch works, YouTube works. I wonder what, let me look on the Facebook one. Let me go over to Facebook and see if I can come into the live spot.
It blows we don't have a Rumble chat mixed in with the regular chat. Now, were there any of them that has Rumble chat? Yeah, the only the Rumble Studio has the Rumble chat mixed in with the other.
I'll tell you what, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It really isn't. Oh,
no,
there we go.
No, the interface is pretty bad.
So there you go. You got Facebook. Hi, YouTube boobs.
What are you calling a boob? There's only one boob here, and I only have one O in my name. So
all right. So there we go. Right now we have 3 people. It says we have 3 people watching, but I'm watching on 1, 2, 3, 4 different. Like I'm watching on 4 different.
Right now, I only have up Rumble. Now, maybe does it pull numbers from Rumble? That's what I'm wondering. If it doesn't pull chats,
it does not. No, it does not.
Because you have I don't know where it says it here. It says you have 5 on
5
Rumble.
people. It says 5 people on Rumble.
Okay.
You and I are 2 of them.
That's a record.
So that's 3. Hey, if you're on Rumble and you're watching this, do us a favor and send us a message.
Well, I'm okay. Duchess is there and me. That's all that I've seen in the chat.
Still says 5.
Yeah,
but then we lost 2.
I mean, if you want me to pull out, Rumble chat on my Mac.
Wait a minute. What's going on? The Facebook. I'm on Facebook, so there should be one there. That's you're a liar. Liar.
Liar.
All right. So one of the things, might as well get into a little bit of this. So one of the things I can do here is I can bring the Brave browser up, which I'm going to bring up here and see how this works.
Now, see how it kind of puts us in larger boxes? Do you like that angle?
I'll take it. This isn't bad. I like this. So this poor girl was in Huntsville, Alabama. Alabama. She was doing a comedy show there. She decided to get some tacos.
Now, she's probably at this place called Shenanigans, which is more of a woke kind of a comedy club that I won't even bother going to. We have one that used to be called Stand Up Live. It was kind of like a national, like a chain or like a franchise. And they changed their name here recently to Levity Live. Now, most people who go to comedy clubs aren't even going to know what the fucking word levity means. So that's a stupid name for a comedy club. Levity Live.
I just didn't want, Bob, you're ruining the bit.
Go ahead.
I wanted the bit was because this girl was in Huntsville and she got some tacos.
Used to be here a long time ago, but I had shows in Huntsville the night before and I got food poisoning so badly that I had to go to the hospital. Yeah, I had tacos in Huntsville, because Alabama's known for their Mexican food.
What restaurant? Name it, please.
And I had a one of each order. I had a shrimp taco, chicken, pork. I was like, let's just really make sure I get violently ill. Let's just guarantee it was some taco roulette.
Now the story's no longer available. Jesus Christ.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything. But what I like about this is because there's certain things here that I can do. Here we go. So I have Boomer Bunkers. So I have all these here that I can go through. And I made it where I have a lot of different. Wait a minute. Is this the right one or is this the wrong one? Let me see.
Oh, you can bookmark them. I can
bookmark them. Yeah. Cool. So now I can have ones.
To me, that's lazy though. See, I downloaded all of mine. I got all of mine off of X2, but I downloaded them all.
I understand that. I get that part of it. Now, here's the other thing. If I drag this, because I want to make sure if I drag this, will it get bigger? Why did I heard a bloop.
I did the plus thing on my side, and then it said local video, and then I just gave it like a file, and so that's what's there. I wanted to check the differences between when you share the actual file versus I share a screen.
Right.
Good Lord, that's scary as fuck.
So here's a lady. This is what I'm telling you. Ladies.
AI filters, huh?
Yeah, AI filters. So here she is. Oops. Put that filter on.
Oh my God. Now she probably, 20, 30 freaking years ago was a knockout. Yeah. She has that kind of look about her. Right?
But you know what she ain't? She's this.
She's like 63.
This is false advertising.
She's not 33.
Look at that. Look at the difference. That's insane.
OnlyFans?
Maybe.
Only grams.
It's only grams. Here's that guy.
Don't blow your load. You brought up a comic. I brought up a comic. Now the audio in my comic is a little meh. Is because it's like she's talking into a microphone, but it sounds like you're just
Those
getting
two cases
audio.
Obviously, are of significant public.
I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm trying to stop.
Yeah, it's okay. I just didn't want you to waste your bunker load.
Okay, so now I'm going to go back to 2 guests.
Unless you're like Joe Rogan and you have to, run your material on like a dry audience first.
All right, so what I'm going to do is, what if I click this? What happens? I'm going to add this to the screen.
Talking about Kamala, we almost had a female president. It wasn't close.
Yeah. I have no control over this. You have control of this.
What?
Yeah, exactly. Turn it down a little bit.
Turn it down. I can't. The video. I shared the file, not a screen. So all I have. Let me share my damn screen real quick so you can see.
Yeah. Well, how come I have no way of? I can't stop. How'd you stop it?
There's a pause button in the left where kind of the green room area is. All right. If you'll look at my pull up what I just shared, which is my screen.
Okay. So see the volume there. Now you can turn the volume down.
Share my screen. Look at my screen.
Okay, hang on. So now
There's
I
no
go ahead.
volume.
Okay, I see what's going on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off, and then I can turn this on. Ah, look at that.
So this is what I see. This is the video right here. Okay,
Oh,
Can
you
see
have it
where
on
my
that
mouse is?
side. See?
And I have a play button. See it pop up, but the volume is just meters.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
So when
Now,
you play this video, it's just
so funny.
meters.
I can turn the video down of yours, but I can't stop and start it. How funny is that? So I'm going to turn this off.
That is interesting.
I can turn the volume down, but I can't stop and start it. You had to. So okay, so let's go back and then we'll listen to her.
You know, female presence is good.
Audio's fine for me.
Yeah, well, I turn it way down.
Well, do you not think that it's the channel you have this running through?
All right,
like,
so
does it compared to my voice? Let me talk over it a little. Let me back it up because this chick is kind of fucking funny.
Right.
Talking about Kamala, we
hear her and hear me. Am I louder than her?
No, but I turn it down.
Oh, you turn the video down.
Correct.
Okay.
How did I do that? I clicked that, and I turned the audio down on the video, but I cannot
because I can't do anything on my end.
Right now, what I can do here? I can edit the name and I can remove the source. That I can do. You know, it's really weird. Like you shared your screen, so now let me share my screen. Am I allowed to share my screen?
Hopefully, you don't have me naked on your as your wallpaper.
How do I stop? Okay, I'm gonna stop share. I don't know why they put these scenes up. They're useless because as soon as you do something, you change it.
I have no scenes over here.
Right,
I remember using this and it seemed to be somewhat intuitive, but I could be wrong there.
All right, so see, here's what I see. Right now, I have it where I touched over here so I can see, I can have the volume, but I can't move anything. And then on the left-hand side are all these scenes that I had made up. So but as soon as I touch something, I change.
Oh, you have like a toggle for the video.
Right. Yeah, I can toggle the video.
On screen, off screen.
But again, as soon as I touch something, it all changes and it goes away, which is stupid.
And so the things at the bottom, like if you pick the one on the bottom, the one over the all.
Try this. Okay.
So see, that's the one on the far right would probably keep the share, the large, and then put us as the small on the right.
Right. Yeah. Hang on. Let me go back to. All right. So that's us.
So that's equal.
That's three. Equal, right? So then this is here where we put this on the side, or we can move it to the up.
No,
that's stupid.
Can you drag that window to where you are?
Look, that puts that up, and us too tiny on the bottom.
And that's fine. Or that one's not bad either. Oh,
there we go.
Then it window boxes it though.
Yeah, I don't
go
like
back
that.
to the one with the 3 where it made you bigger, and try to swap you and that window up. See?
Oh.
So can you drag that over to the bigger slot? Like you just did.
I just did. I just drag it over to the bigger slot.
I didn't know if that's what you did.
So now, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Okay. So
Dean said, "Yo, it's no Black Dean."
No Black Dean. All right. So here's my synopsis so far. So far, StreamYard's still the best.
Yeah, but it's like
I understand
5 times the price.
Right. Second, because is EV Mux. That's second for me. Because it does more. And I know
its price point.
And then this is third. This is the third volume of it. Like in other words, and the bottom of the barrel is
so EV
Rumble
Mux
Studio.
Annually for the basic plan, which is the middle tier. You got free, basic, and pro.
Mm-hmm.
The free is if you pay annually 19 a month, if you pay monthly 25 a month.
Okay.
The Pro is basically double the price.
Right. So annually a month it's 19.
Annually.
Or
Annually. What's on your mind?
Annually it's 19 a month, but if you want to pay monthly, it's 25. So it's an extra $6 a month.
More. Yeah, because this one here we're on, I can do, if I pay for a year, it's 150. It's 152 for a year.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're paying for it'd be $15.20 a month, and then you get 2 months for free is how they break it down. Fucking weird. But anyway, but I don't know, when you do the math on that, 152 divided by 12, it's 1266 repeated a month, which is very fucking reasonable for this. That's not bad.
No.
Because when the alternative is 25 a month or annually 19 a month, I don't know. Do you think EV Mux is worth the extra like $6 or $7 a month?
I do. I'll tell you why.
I've never gotten to that. I remember I've never gotten to use the EV Mux interface, but you like to tinker with shit. I like things to be preset. I
understand that. You're right. I do like things to be that I can tinker with. I'm a tinkerer.
Custom.
Right.
Custom
I like custom.
You like to Jamingoize everything.
I do. Right. I like to be able to set this, the size of the windows and all that. Although I will have to say the StreamYard does the best at this.
At the preset?
At the presets. They do the best at this.
Well, these weren't too bad. I didn't mind either of those. I didn't like when it made
this or this.
I didn't like when it made your screen share and equal sized, with us three. Well, with 3 people in the screen or 3 cameras, whatever.
What if I do this? It's a little Bob, but then I can make Big Bob and Little John.
Mm-hmm.
Move it back, go to here. So it is customizable. If I go to here, then it's again Big John, Little Bob, but then move it.
Backstretch.
And it's the same thing. I don't know.
I'm just reading Duchess's chat.
Anally. Yeah, I meant, me, I do a play on words. And annually, anally.
Yeah, I never do that.
All right.
So back to my video then. We were doing live comedy here. You did
all
a
right,
live.
So let's try to put your video back up.
Again, the audio, there's a lot more of the audience kind of noise, the room noise, than there is her, but it's good content.
Okay, here we go.
I think it was pretty good.
Talking about Kamala, we almost had a female president. It wasn't close.
Yeah.
But we almost had one. And people always say, female president is good. Because a female president will never start a war, right? When was the last time a woman started a fight? Never. I think a female president will start a war on other country, but the other country will have to guess what they did wrong.
Yeah. I wonder if that's her real accent.
No.
A female president started a war on other country over something they did wrong 5 years ago.
Yep.
You know what you did, Zimbabwe? I think a female president will start a war on other country because this country was talking to another country behind her back in her dreams. I had so much hate from this joke. People were like, "You are not a feminist." No, I am a feminist. I had a daughter and I kept her.
There you go.
There you go.
Hang on, I gotta turn off my ice maker.
Ice maker. Oh, you got one of is it a nugget?
Yeah, it's a pellet maker.
Pellet maker? Yeah. We have a nugget one. It's like a Japanese one. We want to buy the
Look at all those
shit, man. Oh, that ain't nuggets. Those are big chunks. Those are
pellets.
like balls.
Little pellets. Little pellets. Got a little circle in the middle of it.
I got like the kind you get at like Whataburger or like Sonic. Those like pellets. The nuggets. Yeah, yours are more like cubes, like smaller, roundish kind of cubes.
I like them.
I have the other kind too that does it. That does those, but yeah, we like the nugget, man. But we want to buy one of those badass ones, but they're like $500 fucking dollars. And
Yeah, I think that thing was $65 on Amazon.
yeah, I did this. It was like $99.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon shit. It works great. You have to, you know, like every 2-3 weeks, there's like a clean mode on it. So I'll pour like vinegar in it and let it clean itself. And of course, you take it apart and you clean it all out and rinse it all out real good because that shit builds up in there, man. It's gross.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you. I had a guy who worked for me a while back, and prior to that, he was a refrigeration technician. So he went around to all these, you know, restaurants, and he worked on their ice makers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the kind that you walk up and get your own drink, like a McDonald's used to have, and all that.
Right.
He said, "Dude, the amount of mold and fucking mildew that is getting into that ice." I'm just telling you.
I know.
Like,
I hate
dude,
that.
Look, anybody that's gonna dump that garbage food down their neck anyway doesn't care. You know,
All right, so you can't get into the design section of this, can you? You can't. You're not in the design section.
I can't do anything.
Okay, so here, so you know, I'm going to show you.
If you wanted to
things.
like make me an admin, or something, I thought for some reason I thought it was.
I don't know. I don't know.
I would
Maybe
have to leave in order to make like.
Right. So let's not do that. So,
for you to make
so see how you have a breaking news. Then watch this. Let me go.
You have to make that smaller, and then
See,
can you make it smaller? Can you drag it down?
No, that I can't do. No, it's one or the other.
Gay.
All right, so that's gay. And then we have this one. Mic check. And then we have
Mike. And why do we have to give him a check?
Thank you for watching. It also has a little thing here that you can put around it. I stand with Ukraine. And look at this. What the hell? That's
how old is that?
That's well. Let's see. Look. Yep. You and I are there.
Mm-hmm. Just like old times, John.
You can also put video clips on here, like this one.
I remember that one.
And then we also have.
That doesn't play very. It's only like I only saw her mouth.
Yeah, I know it does. And then we.
I say, hold up.
Now, are you playing that off your computer or do you have that like
no,
uploaded
it's in
to
here. It's in
okay,
here.
so it's in their cache. Okay.
Right now I can change the background. So I can go from that background to I can go to this background. That's a different one. I can go, it has this one. And then what's this one? Oh, see, okay, it takes a little while to go change it. That's one. Let's see how long it takes. All right, goes there. And then this one can have that. Let's see this one. That's not bad. But yeah, which one did I have back? All right, so every time you do something, it blips. Okay.
Yeah. So I put up a video.
Okay, so we want the video or
the video. Yeah, I want the video first, and this is kind of an update to your thing that you showed yesterday.
Why is it? Oh, I see. Okay, here I got to turn this on. Oh.
He was grabbing his knee on his way down.
Yeah, he's trying to.
Damn letterbox. That made it.
So I could turn the volume down.
Yeah, that's unnecessary for all the volume.
A winner. He gets. So, play that again. Play that. This one here. Look at how fast he's coming. Play that again.
I can't. It's the.
You can't play it.
It's grayed out. You like hover over it. It says play, but it won't let me do anything.
All right, let's try it again. Now, do I hit it this way?
There it goes.
Oh, there we go.
But see, it's just spinning. What's that about? I don't see the video. Like I see a gray box with a wheel in it turning.
Okay, so I guess it hasn't. I see the video now.
I'm trying to see what everybody else sees on here. Hold on.
All righty. What did I do? Freeze this up? Let me get over and see what's going on here.
Okay, I paused it. See, I don't see it. I see a gray box.
All right, I'll get rid of it.
But on here, but live.
What did I just do? Oh, okay.
I can see the video. So that's weird.
I know it is weird.
So go to the next thing that I shared because
let's see if this
has
shows
to do
up.
with that.
Okay.
So somebody asked Grok in this video, were there any injuries from this? And they said no deaths have been reported at the Cooper's Hill cheese rolling event based on historical records and recent reports from the 2025 event. The steep hill causes frequent injuries, with the worst including broken bones, concussions, and unconsciousness. In 2023, a winner finished unconscious. Let me read that again. In 2023, a winner finished unconscious, and in 2025, at least one participant was airlifted to hospital.
I got to tell you, the finish unconscious is like with NASCAR when they wreck and the guy comes across the finish line first.
Yeah.
All right. So then you took that out. You stopped sharing that,
yes,
right?
Sir. Well, yeah, I wanted to go back. There's no need for
what I'm going to do,
help produce.
That's fine. I'm going to try this one more time and see if this loads up again. Do you see it now?
I don't. It's just a big widescreen gray box with like a wheel turning in it. But hold on, live. Let me see live.
All right. Never mind. I'm going to take it out. I'm done with it.
Yeah, that's
so there's a thing that you can't, once you play it, you can't play it again. What's up with that?
Because when you played it, look, I'm watching live and there's a delay, so you had to wait 5-10 seconds. But it does play for everybody else. I just can't see it. Could you see it?
I saw
when it was playing. That's weird.
I saw it. Could you see it? I didn't. How'd you see it? I didn't see it.
Well, it's fucking weird that it wouldn't play for me. It was just a gray box with a wheel turning in it, but you saw the video.
Right. So, okay. So I'm going to try this. So you can store 5 videos in here.
So
you can upload 5 videos.
Josh Roberts said that he sees the video. So,
okay. So here's one. I didn't know this until today. I was today years old when I saw this.
People play it this way.
See how it
which is not correct. It's
nobody plays it like that.
Rigid fourths.
Nobody plays it like that.
Which is going back to the medieval times. That's how they played a lot of.
It's just barring 2 strings at a time.
Parallel fourths.
On the A,
so now you have
A and D, and then the D and G.
I listen to Ludwig van.
All right. Do you know where that came from? You know? Go ahead, play it. Yeah,
it's just barred. It's just if you'd make my screen full.
I'm trying to. Hang on. How do I do this? Let me try this. Go ahead.
That's not my.
Let me try it this way. How's that?
Full. I was okay. It's well, you did it earlier. One of the
I don't know how I did it. No, this is wrong. Hold on. Let me go back to this again. That's about
just barring across the A.
Oh, wait a minute. I got it. Hold on.
Nobody plays it like that with the
right.
Nobody's playing it with that chord shape. They're barring the A and the D, which is string 5 and 4 on fret 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then they drop down to the D and the G on 3 and 5. So it's, and they go up to the 6th. That's it. Now, when I was a kid, my dad, when I was like 5, my dad taught me, and he did like kind of like bar chords, like like a power chord, which is this one's tuned down. Yeah. So, but it was so, and it was just power chord. It's the same notes. It's just a different shape. When the actual one is just. That's it.
Okay. Do you know where he got the inspiration for this?
They were in a studio in France recording, and Frank Zappa had a concert.
Okay.
I guess the night before.
Uh-huh.
And some dumbass, it was at a casino or something in Paris or whatever in France. And some idiot at the concert shot off a flare gun inside the building and burned the fucking building down. So smoke on the water.
Okay.
Because it was across the river or the lake, whatever it was there. That's where it came from. And
do you know where he got the riff?
I don't know the riff. No.
You know, okay, he's going to tell you where he got the riff from. Hold on. Here we go. He's going to tell you where he got the riff from. if I can get to the thing here.
Bum,
right,
bum, bum,
so here's
bum, 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 bum. And I thought, play that backwards. Put something to it, and you've got bum, 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 bum. That's how I came up with it.
Hang on. Are you telling me
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
that the famous riff, Smoke on the Water, is from Beethoven?
It's an interpretation of inversion. If you turn it back and play it back and forth, it's actually Beethoven's Fifth. So I owe him a lot of money.
I always thought it was.
But he dead. he dead. All right. Now, how do I get rid of this? How do I get rid of this now? Where do I turn this off at?
There's not like a toggle.
I don't know. Let's see. Remove. Okay. There we go. There's a lot. You have to get used to it. You have to get used to it. I'll tell you.
I'm answering a comment.
Where's the comment from? Let me see where the comments are. Let me get to the chat. What I miss? I was doing manly things. You were doing manly things. Finger tap.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was doing Thunderstruck. He's actually doing like a picking on that. Anyway.
You should have it where you can pick that up and plug it right into the Rodecaster.
I have a wireless that I can turn on. I have to plug it in first.
You didn't understand the assignment.
No,
there's a way you can plug that into the Rodecaster.
Yeah, I got what you're trying to say.
Okay.
I don't know this shit. Turn on, faggot. Chinese shit. So this thing.
Shit.
Yeah. Can you hear that shit?
Yeah, that I can hear.
See, I got this tiny little amp over here on my desk.
Hang on. Let's
right
you
there.
There we go.
It's this thing.
Right. Is that where it's coming from? Out of there?
Yeah, just a little bitty, like a jam app. So I can use my phone or my tablet and.
So you got to turn your microphone. Okay, so that microphone's directional. So when you turn it away from you, it could barely hear you. You'd have to turn it. There you go. Now you should be able to hear it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so, and it has different sounds and all that crap in it. Go for more, just a mellow.
Sounds like Metallica 1.
That's an E, and I'm not an E. Now I'm kind of an E. You know that. I don't think I'm an E. No. Anyway.
I would never be able to tell whether I was in an E, a C, a D, or an F.
I haven't played in so long. Like I've got everything here, like, you know, ready to go. I've got all my guitars on the wall to kind of like inspire, maybe make me want to grab them and play and all this shit. And I just don't want to do anything anymore. Just don't care. So, and it ain't, oh, you depressed? No, just don't. I'm just so fucking done. I've like given my life to this shit. And I play a hard D. Ha. No, well, that was an E. Hold on. There's a hard D. Just an open D. So.
Dean says, I've been in a P.
There is no P note. Unless you want to call it like a pinch. P for pinch harmonic. Which would be something like, oh. There you go. That's a pinch harmonic. When you make it like a squeal.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't play banjo. That takes way too much on the right hand of the, of your rhythm hand. I can't do it, man. My hands are just, I don't do like finger picking real well. I can do it. I'm just not fucking good at it.
Okay.
So, anyway. Yep. Well, I'm bored with that.
Here's the thing. Like I can do, whoops.
Can't see shit.
Okay. So Dean says doing banjos. Now from here, apparently I can reply to that.
The fuck I turn this off?
I don't know.
Lord. I'm not asking you. Fucking Chinese. There it is. Anyway. So
now.
So you can take me off a full
I
screen.
said something else. I sent something right to Twitch from my account. So sorry, Dean Johns. So now can I bring that up?
Did it not come in? Oh, yeah. It's in the. Oh.
I don't know.
You don't like you're fine paying your your big fucking elevator money.
I am not. I just on principle, just on principle of fucking me last year. I will not pay for StreamYard coming up. Whenever I think it's December 1st is when I need to get rid of it. But fuck that. They did not. No. All right, hold on. So let me turn you this on. Here we go.
This is to all my trans women out there.
Oh, God.
I hate how it boxes it.
That you know that we deserve love. That we deserve.
This is a dude.
I understand that, but why? Okay, he deserves. No one deserves love. No one deserves love. Where does he get off? Where do you get off?
I mean, I think everybody should get love. But
fine, but it doesn't.
But if they're being, a cunt and they want us to fucking play, make believe with them, and we don't want to do it, they have no right to fucking tell us.
All right, so I got to go back to what today. I don't even know which channel it was. I think it was in the memes. No, it wasn't. Maybe it was in the Boomer Bunker. Tom, just when you think that Tom. I said, I don't know where it was. I can't figure out where it was.
It was in the memes channel. You guys were having like a back and forth.
Oh, so now,
Tom
yeah, here it is.
Usual cunt
right.
Self.
So yeah, he says, and it made me laugh out. It made me laugh out loud. He said, I don't hate women. They have their place. And yes, communication with a woman is a weak link for males. Strong men can resist female wiles. And I busted up laughing like he says he can resist female wiles. And I was like, dude, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. And then he goes, oh, yeah, from the guy that got divorced. She left you. She did. And then Duchess chimes in, too.
I did, too.
Yeah, she didn't leave me. I left her.
Yeah, go in tell them what I said at the bottom. It's right above my memes that I began dropping this morning.
It's better to have loved and lost half your shit than to have been a miserable incel.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No.
It's better to have, they say, it's better to have loved and lost than to have never have loved at all. Yeah. Well, let's modernize that. It's better to have loved and lost half your shit.
Right.
Than it is to live as a miserable fucking incel.
Right. But that's, again, it's when Tom says stuff like that, again, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
No, that's his choice. He chooses that lifestyle.
Right.
But don't damn others because we tried.
Or, we do something different.
His point is, why try? It always ends up in a fail, and there's always pain and heartache and loss, etc.
That's the problem I have with him. He's a can't do. He's a can't do guy. Most people
can't live in a fucking cocoon. Like, you got to try.
Right.
So I had 17 years with a woman who was awesome for at least the first 15 years of that.
Then podcasting game.
And then, well, I mean, that's what broke the camel's back on the outside. But there was underlying damage long before podcasting even existed. So she just leaned on that as an issue.
All right. So what does Brenda Lee? So she deserves to be loved.
All right, y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Deserve such a pure love because we love so hard. And if you feel in your soul that man is not working, listen to it. Listen to it. Protect yourself. These men aren't fucking shit. They're not fucking shit. I am so sick and tired of nurturing these broken fucking men who literally have nothing to offer but stress and heartache. I am done. We may not be able to give you a fucking biological baby, but no matter what, the love that we give to certain people in our lives will fulfill that more than fucking blood. Because you know why? Our community has proven that time and time again. I don't need a man who is basing love off fucking science. Okay. And for that, I am done. I am done giving my love to these fucking men.
All right.
So go to my next thing down there that I shared.
Hang on. Can we just talk about this for a second?
Sure.
So Brenda Lee here thinks that, again, she's talking about everything that she wants, nothing about what the other person wants, right? She wants to be a female. Okay, fine. But the guy doesn't believe she's a female. He's allowed to think that if she has a cock, that's gay. All right. It's a homosexual act. All right. And no matter what love he gives the guy, it doesn't matter. All right.
Do you think it's all the estrogen, meds that person may or may not be, ingesting that makes them so fucking emotional? Because no man with a normal, T level would act like that.
You got to find someone. Listen, most of these trans women they want to go out with straight guys. They don't want to go out with gay guys. And then they transition, and now the gay guys don't want to go out with them because they look like women and men are into men. So it's a whole clusterfuck. But you can find some guys out there that don't mind a lady dick. I don't know what to tell you. There's some out there.
There's the biology of it right there.
Right. Hold on. Let me see what we got here. Share screen. White woman, black woman, Latin woman, Asian woman, Indian woman, trans woman. Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
And we'll get it explained. This ought to be read to this person verbatim and maybe even tattooed on their fucking forehead. So go ahead and share that. Thank you, Lisa Simpson.
Oh,
I shared it.
No, it's my problem. Dear trans community, don't tell me I have to accept you for who you are when you couldn't accept yourself for who you were. Ooh, that should be on a fucking t-shirt right there. Don't tell me I have to accept you for who you are when you couldn't accept yourself for who you were. That's fucking amazing. Ooh.
Well said. And it kind of sums up why I don't want to play along with you. Now, I do know some people that are trans.
Yes.
One of them I know who has gotten the full operation back in the 2000s. Right. And they, live as the other gender now and have their life is no better. They will admit to you their life, it didn't fix what was wrong with them inside. The other one, it was more of a natural thing. They were accidentally identifying themselves as a man, and they're not. They're a woman, like born a woman. So that's real trans, dysmorphia, whatever they call it. Gender dysphoria. I don't know what they call it. I'm not a biologist. I don't know what a woman is, right? So
here we go. Here's one. Let's see if it goes. All right. So here's one here. I like what this guy was saying.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but nobody hates you because you're a transformer. Yes, you're a fucking weirdo. But that's your business. The problem is that you try and force everyone else to participate in your delusions and adopt your mental illness as their own. Similarly, nobody is judging you because of the color of your skin. They judge you because you do ignorant shit that cry racism as soon as you find out that your actions have consequences. By the same token, nobody cares that you're gay. Hell, they wouldn't even know if you kept it to yourself and didn't act like a fruitcake, but you made your sexual preference your whole personality and then shoved it down everyone's throat. That's why people don't like you. I know identity politics have brainwashed you into believing that any blowback to your behavior is bigotry, but that's bullshit. The issue isn't who you are, the issue is how you are. Your victimhood just won't allow you to accept that because that would mean that you have to change. And that's much harder than being the little loser who cried discrimination.
I mean, right?
Well, I mean, and I know of somebody who's crying discrimination now, and that's, you can tell that it's a daily thing for them. It's a go-to reaction for them. Anytime things don't go their way, or they hear the word no, or they're not catered to, coddled, they automatically default to, well, it's because of the color of my skin.
Right.
So, and
That's
that's
a
like,
the black man has been kept down for 400 years.
So yeah, and I know somebody who is dealing with that right now, and there it happens to be a case of somebody who's a property manager and somebody who, recently rented an apartment there where they're the manager of, and they're having to deal with this, and it's ridiculous. There's already freaking there's already like attorneys involved before they even moved in, before they even got approved, to move in. And it's so stupid. And it's because the color of my skin. Have you look around that community at the diversity? You got gay, straight, you've got every ethnic group that all live there. There's no problems.
All right, listen. I have to use the bathroom. Can you do something while I just jump off here and use the bathroom?
Yeah, if I was admin, I can do even more, but that's okay.
Sorry. Give me just a second.
Do your thing. Go take a leak, and I will. Let's see. I'll just read crap I make in my notes. Some of the shit I did copy off of memes and the internet and shit. Other things just popped into my brain while I was like, painting a wall, because painting a wall is, well, it's painting a wall. It's not exactly intellectually stimulating. And as my girlfriend says, I have 17 tabs open in my head, like at all times. This one's for you there, Dean. There we go. So let's see. Did you know that strap-on backwards is no parts? Anybody? Nothing? I got nothing. There we go. All right. I'll just do it myself since there's a big giant delay. Hey, we got an LOL. I can't bring it up because John doesn't trust me, I guess. Even though I've had his like credit card number, I've got his address, all from things that he's made me admin on. But I would never, use that against him. I would play with him, give out like the first, eight damn numbers of that card number because it's hilarious. But what video games? This one is a multicade. So I have something like, I don't know, 2,000, 5,000. I have no idea because I don't count them, but it's got all the old, anything that was ever an actual upright arcade game through the 90s, 80s, and 90s. It's on there. I can kind of comb through it, but it's like the camera angle sucks. I put a LCD screen, so the marquee at the top changes with, whatever game. As you see, it just changed.
All right, I'm back.
They asked what kind of games I got in here. I sold off a lot of my game collection just because right behind me on the floor I have a head-to-head Pong table.
Huh. Okay.
So that has I think 10, 12 games on it. Pong and Crystal Castles and all the different things on it. I have a virtual pinball table there that's You can see it on the side. I have multiple games on that as well. This one here is Ridge Racer, so it's a driving game. I put BMW fucking gas pedal and brake pedal covers on it to make it look cool. Then we'll have the Mortal Kombat, which has I think 12 or 14 games on it, and
You're like a teenager. Look at you with all this shit.
The Class of '81, which is Miss Pac-Man and Galaga combined. It's an actual cab that you could play back in the day, and it has I think 14 games on it, and then I have kind of a rare. I just have it hung up on the door because it comes with those, but it can go on a table or just hanging on a wall. I just have it there just to because
is that a pinball machine?
Put it. Well, this one here that's on the door, that's just Galaga. It's just a regular,
okay.
It's the same size as these as far as like the screen and all that. It's just made for like a countertop, and that's what I have here. So, and then Old Faithful, you'll remember this one. I used to play this when you would fucking like bore me during the game.
Oh yeah, football. I remember that.
Found this in an apartment.
I wonder how much that is.
$85 on Amazon.
You could sell it for
this.
Is that
no? That's what if you bought these, you would pay $85 for these on Amazon. I found it in an apartment that I painted.
Huh? Not bad.
I was like, I used to have one of those when I was like 11.
Yeah,
used
to have them.
That shit. Yeah, that was great. So,
what else was I going to say? I don't know. If I can go back to, I could change the subject, and I'll go back to sharing a window, which would be this. So Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, they've been catching a lot of flack by saying that Epstein killed himself. So they sent Bongino out to Fox News, and then he's trying it again. So here's what he had to say today.
Those two cases obviously are of significant public interest.
Is he wearing a suit?
I'm just telling you what we see in the file. I just want to be crystal clear on this. I am not asking anyone to believe me. I'm telling you what's there and what isn't.
Right.
There is nothing in the file at this point on the Epstein case, and there's going to be a disclosure on this coming shortly. We are working through there is video. That is something the public.
There's a video of him killing himself.
No, not the actual act, but the entire MCC Bay. It was only one camera. There were there's video that when you look at the video, and we will release. That's what's taken a while on this. We are working on cleaning it up to make sure you have an enhanced, and we're going to give the original.
Cleaning it up.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't like cleaning it up. I want the raw. Show me the raw. Don't give me the cleaned up version. Yeah, exactly.
So you don't think there were any shenanigans. You're going to see there's no one there but him.
Right.
There's just nobody there. So I say to people all the time, if you have a tip, let us know. But there's no DNA, there's no audio, there's no fingerprints, there's no suspects, there's no accomplices, there's no tips, there is nothing. If you have it, I'm happy to see it. There's video clear as day. He's the only person in there and the only person coming out. You can see it.
So
I don't know. I hate to say I don't believe
those two cases obviously are
nobody again with this shit. I believe I mentioned this the other day when we were live that if you believe that Epstein didn't K himself,
right,
you're not going to care that Bongino or Kash Patel come out and say, well, no, he didn't K himself. I mean, he did K himself. He took his own life. You're not going to believe him because you already have made up your mind. It's just like me with the fucking moon landing. There is nothing they could possibly do, say, let me see on the internet, Grok AI search, none of that is going to change my mind to make me believe that these assholes went to the fucking moon for real. I'm not going to believe it. Sorry.
You sent me something today, a picture today where they have, pictures of the lunar landing, the lunar, I guess, base that's still down there. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, but with what they could do today, do you think I believe that? There's no way.
With the with the technology we have, okay, my former stepson built the telescope himself, where he took his iPhone and turned it, and he got zoomed into the moon so hard you could see like the granules on the ground. All right. Why can't we? Okay, we went to the moon. Let's see where we were.
Footprints.
Yeah.
Let's see the footprints.
Let's see it. Let's see what we left up there, because apparently we left a camera that would follow the module when it blasted back off to leave.
I know.
How did we get that film? Was it did they have Bluetooth technology back then where that was being recorded inside of the module that blasted off, right? No. It's all bullshit. I don't believe any of it. Stanley Kubrick did that shit, and then they gave him the money to make 2001: A Space Odyssey. That's been my theory.
Oh, okay.
I haven't read that anywhere, and it's probably dead fucking wrong, but I don't care. It sounds right to me.
So I was listening. I'm a fan of Dan Bongino when he was having his podcast. I was listening to him, and he was really all over this January 6th pipe bombers thing.
I thought it was a douche.
And so here he's talking about this now.
The moment Cash and I swore in, we realized that the first thing we had to do is rebuild public trust. This is your FBI. It's not mine. I tell the employees every day, you don't own it. You don't own it. I don't own it. It's like being the center fielder for the Yankees. That'll live with you forever, but you don't own the Yankees. It's a proud franchise. The place has taken a reputational hit. There is zero question about it. There were a lot of bad actors. One of them still out there causing us all kinds of trouble. So
you think he's talking about Comey?
Comey doesn't. I don't think he represents any actual real trouble. I think he's just because he's doing on all the other media outlets what fucking Bongino's doing here, and he's just going around telling his side. I think he has a book coming out. All this bullshit, So it's a fucking book tour.
Yeah. So all right, here we go.
We had to fix it and rebuild public trust. One of the ways to do it is these cases of significant public interest that matter. We had 2 pipe bombs planted on January 6th. I mean, we were told by partisan actors out there this was the insurrection. The world was going to fall apart, and no one seemed to show any interest in this case. The second we got in, I put a team on it, and I said, I want answers on this. And I'm pretty confident that we're closing in on some suspects. The reason, by the way, I use social media with these cases, I'm trying to communicate on social media, is nothing's by accident, guys. I do nothing by accident. Every time I put a tweet out on it, we get tips. We got a fascinating tip on one of these cases, one of the 3. I don't want to say which one, but I'm pretty confident that we're going to close out one of them, hopefully shortly. And in the cocaine in the White House, I saw someone on social media, which is fine. Everybody's entitled to an opinion. We work for you, but said, I don't care about the case. Yeah, I do. I was a Secret Service agent. A potentially hazardous material made its way into the White House. Nobody seems to know how it got there, and nobody seemed to get to investigate it fully. Like, what planet do we live on where that's not of public interest? So,
well, I remember one of the things he said when he was on the show was that baggie has a fingerprint on it, and they know it has a fingerprint on it.
Well,
so
okay, we live he said, what planet do we live on where this is not a public interest? We live on a planet where that particular party gets to do whatever the fuck they want with no accountability, no repercussions whatsoever all the time, no matter how bad they look, what they admit to in congressional, sorry, I can't get the fucking word out, but they're going to bury everything that makes them look bad. Cocaine, child fucking, it doesn't matter. Whatever they do, they're going to bury it because that side has the media on their side and they know it.
Okay. So
spin.
We're talking about the Epstein trial. What's bigger? I honestly have no interest in this. I don't know why I don't have any interest in this, but what's bigger than this Diddy trial? I mean, he's got some major players.
The media is giving it like minimal time on as far as what they report. And it's always like, she gave a very explosive testimony today about he this and he beat her and he did that back. Okay, where's your proof? I'm not saying that they're liars, but
there's one where she was dragging her by the hair down a hotel hallway. There was that.
Oh, I've seen that. Now, I'm not saying he didn't do these things, but at the same time, the media doesn't feel any need anymore to ever back up what they say. Now, she says that, okay, cool, but does that mean that you have to repeat it? There has been a lot of things said on the internet in videos that were dead fucking wrong, like me with the moon landing. All right, does that make it true because it came out of my mouth? No, it does not.
I know. So there's certain things that if someone could explain it to me, then I'd be on your side. Like with the moon landing, there is a radiation field between us and the moon that no human would be able to last going through. And all of a sudden we were there. Now I'm not saying that we can't send a rocket there, or we can't send something mechanical there, but as a physical human being, there's the amount of lead that you would have to wrap in that capsule, we couldn't even get off the ground for it to
the Van Allen fucking radiation belt is virtually impenetrable by human
So
beings.
how did we do that? How did we go in a recycled beer can 50 years ago to the moon and land on the moon? How did that happen?
If the old module that they used or whatever they call that thing, the like
Lunar
Apollo
lander,
the Apollo thing that they blasted off and went up and went through that fucking radiation belt with, if it looked more like a Tesla truck, okay, maybe I might think, okay, that thing might have actually made it, but it looked like a something that you use to make corn on a fucking grill.
Yeah.
It
looked like something you would boil crawdads in.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, hey, we're about to have a crawfish boil and we're going to use this to cook everything in.
So getting back to Diddy, because I really don't even care about this case. I don't know why, but I saw this and I'm thinking to myself, if they killed Epstein, how is Diddy still alive? Here's the guy from, he's the mob guy, Michael. I can't think of his last name right now. Can't think of his last name. And he's talking to Suge Knight. What's it? What'd you say?
I don't know. Corleone?
Nah, Michael Corleone. Michael said this and Michael said that.
Opinion or knowledge, how long was he an informant?
I think probably since the 90s.
Wow.
We had a conversation before. And if look at the things he was able to do. You were able to do all these things, nothing happened. His friend, one of his partners, they got convicted for selling drugs for the company. Nothing never happened to him. And he got Obama to give him a pardon with no problem at all. I can go to Obama and say, hey, my childhood friend is in prison for life, let him go. It would never happen.
That's for sure. And that did happen with Puffy.
We wouldn't be having. Yeah. 1,000%.
You think Obama had anything to do with any of these parties that he had?
Absolutely.
Wow.
So here he is. Here's Diddy with Obama, J-Lo, all these people. How is he still alive?
Because the information hasn't. Well, if there's information to be had, he has it in somebody else's hands to say, if anything happens to me, release this shit. That kind of thing.
Oh, so you're saying he might have
then that.
Right. Yeah. If anything happens to me, somebody else it's going to go somewhere else.
Yeah, like I don't think a lot of the shit that they did was probably necessarily illegal, because a lot of it was consensual, but there were a lot of drugs involved and, alcohol, things like that could, compromise somebody's ability to consent. So that's a crime. But how the fuck do you prove it that you didn't consent because you were under the influence? There was no, toxicology report done afterward. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, I'm just saying that from what I hear, the stories coming now, the people are starting to talk, the stories that are coming out about these parties. There was a lot of homosexual shit going on. There was a lot of prostitutes being brought in, and allegedly a lot of underage people. So it's basically, instead of Jeffrey Epstein, it's like it's the black version of Jeffrey Epstein. And I don't see how he survives this.
So it's
I really don't.
Jerome Epstein.
Jerome Epstein. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't.
Jalen Epstein.
He must have, just like Epstein, he must have, upset the wrong oligarch because they were letting him go and letting him get away with this shit and keep on doing it for so long. And then all of a sudden, nope, well, he must have upset somebody. It's like when you see, Boeing on the news constantly, like every day of the week for fucking 3 months. Another Boeing airplane did this. Somebody's mad at Boeing for something. Somebody who owns them fucking news stations is mad at Boeing for something, and I think that's what happens here. He pissed off the wrong person that has control or the power.
Yeah. I mean, we have a Boeing plant here right outside of where I live. Matter of fact, when I was in the elevator business, I used to take care of the elevators on site of Boeing. And I don't know. I mean, like I said, this was back in 2010, 2009, 8 to 2011 is when I was doing this. And the amount of guys that they had, now they didn't really build anything like planes, but they built all the parts. Like they would build sections of things. I remember one time I was there and they had a helicopter just hovering for 4 hours. It just sat there and hovered about 50 to 60 feet off the ground. And it sat there for over an hour, just hovering to see if there was anything going to happen, or if there was any problems or anything like that. It was pretty neat. It was a pretty neat place to go, to watch what they did. But I don't know. Like I said, we'll see what happens. I can't get interested in a trial. I'm sorry. For some reason, it just does not interest me one little bit.
I just hit you with a DM there.
Okay.
On the private chat.
I see you. Oh, okay. Yeah. So wow, that private chat just jumps right up, man. Boom.
Oh, that's cool. That's partially why I wanted to use it.
Yeah. Like, so I have it down. So then
I'll leave mine down. So if you message me back, I wonder if it pops right up. Like a boner. Hey, wow, it did.
Yeah. So you can see it right away. Now, see with StreamYard, it's over there. And if you're not paying attention to the chat, you can't see it. Like Michael sends something.
Yeah.
Michael sent me a message, and I won't even see it.
There'll be like a red, notification icon over there.
Yeah, but
over it, which is not enough. It should pop over there to it.
That thing just boom up it comes. You're like,
especially if you have like a guest in a green room, wanting to know something, or how do I turn my mic on, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. The other thing is, I don't know with Duchess. Well, you can see the chat, so you can see the chat. Also, I can take the chat. I can hit overlay, and then there's the chat. It's all there.
Oh, that looks very legible. Let me see what it's like on here, because there's a delay here. So
right now, I don't understand why it should be all the way at the bottom, but there's way more than this.
Yeah. See if I turn my phone.
And no matter what I do, if I scroll it up or scroll it down, it doesn't do anything.
Well, does it? Let me type. Well, fuck, I'm in Rumble. I can't add. I was going to try to add to it to see how it scrolls. Because for us, it's, usually it's the comments that are on the bottom are the newest. But here it's the ones on the top. Yeah, see? Hey.
Oh, okay. Oh, it flips it. I get it.
So the top is the newest messages. It's weird, like it's going down.
Yeah, so, it's backwards.
Like even the chat isn't that way. It goes from the bottom is the newest message. So,
right. That's why I thought I couldn't see the bottom one. How about that?
I thought I had shared a video, but I guess I
don't see one here.
Guess I didn't. There.
Here it comes.
This bitch. You're gonna want to fucking just choke this bitch out straight up.
Here we go. Oh, you got to start it.
Oh, see, the last one, when you brought it up, it fucking played it.
Right, now this is share screen.
No,
it's a share screen.
I shared. Okay, let me redo that then.
Okay,
because I want you to be able to control volume if you think it's not appropriate.
I would have been able to control volume on that one. I would have. Doesn't matter. But yeah.
What did I call that?
The thing is, you're just going to have to get used to this. I would imagine it's the same thing as playing different.
Now that one should autoplay when you bring it up.
Day 4. Day 4 of no food stamps. Day 4 of not being able to afford groceries for me and my 6 children. Because somebody decided to report my TikTok income.
Who fucked that 6 times?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, but I have standards.
I would say some big black guy.
Oh my God. I don't know. When you look in the background, that's like a photo of somebody holding a baby. The baby looks a little dark, but
yeah,
the dad, it looks like the dad, and the dad doesn't look dark. So
no cash
Hold on.
assistance, no disability checks on hold. I'd be honest with you. I think this is all bullshit. I've seen black women doing this. I've seen this. There's so many people doing this on TikTok. I think it's just so people get all upset that this is going on, because I don't think it's true.
Josh says, "Putty, shut that front hole. Get a job and close your leg." Dean says, "Oh, there that is. Hold on. Here, let me go back.
Get a job and close your legs." That's what Dean
To the state of Michigan. So they took my food stamps. Not only did they take my food stamps,
or
my
your
cash
front teeth.
assistance,
All right. Number one, they're not your food stamps. All right. They are our tax dollars that are, we are trusting an entity of the government to distribute to those in need. So they're not your fucking food stamps.
So
Stop
the
that
way
right
to
away.
fix this, is to put a moratorium. In other words, what happens now is different than what happened before. All these people here, you're never going to get them off the dole. Never going to get them off the dole.
Well,
this
not
lady
this
here,
type.
if this is true, and she said 6 kids, she said she had.
Yeah, I don't hear any of them. They're probably all at a like a daycare. Well, 6, a couple of them are probably in actual school, but the rest are probably in some fucking, like a daycare that our tax dollars provides her with a voucher to fucking pay for.
But what I'm saying is that, if she has 6 kids, you'll never get her off of assistance. You're going to have to let these age out, unfortunately. And then from now on, you make new set of rules.
Well, it's Idiocracy. It's the very beginning of the movie Idiocracy, where all the dumb fucks are just popping out kids, like watermelons. And then the ones who, are actually planning to have kids and, making sure that their lives are just right and they got all their money just right and everything, they got the perfect home for it. And they got, everything's planned out. Insurance is going to cover everything. And they're going to plan a pregnancy. They can't have kids, and that's kind of the intro to the movie Idiocracy. It's actually,
I do this,
well done. So I'm
gonna look at that. If I change it where I put the overlay, you can see the comments up there.
I wish you wouldn't fucking like letterbox the videos though. There was the other two did. Evie Mux did it, and I don't think we tried to play videos yesterday in Rumble Studio. You played the. No, you played the. I don't remember.
You can't. Rumble Studio has minimal adjustments. It is what it is. It pops up and you got to deal with whatever it is. It has minimal.
But this, like right now, this particular scene kept this video out of a letterbox. I don't know why it can't do, and it just keeps the gradient, the moving gradient, background going. But in the other scene, it gave it a box. Why couldn't it just do the same thing? It was kind of weird.
My disability checks are on hold. They're not going to pay my rent next month. They're not sending me a check for my utilities that I get every month. How the hell am I supposed to survive? All of my welfare benefits cut. So I go
Resting bitch face.
Over $10,000 a month in benefits that I've gotten for the last 13 years to zero. Zip.
13 years.
Zero.
Of this shit.
Not only that, they are expecting me to pay it all back.
See, this is
since
bullshit.
I've been making money on this app. Because of you guys. Because the trolls. So now, since you guys are the ones that got everything taken away, I have over 230,000 followers. Okay? I need everybody to get together as a team and support me and my 6 children like you should be. Like a taxpayer is supposed to do. This is your fault.
It's your fault, everybody.
I don't know, man. I think she to me, maybe it's just her look, but it seems believable.
I've seen this video reincarnated 3 or 4 times where it's a black one. Yes, I think this is.
I've seen her doing this same thing, but in the beginning,
no, I've seen a black woman do it. She was doing the same thing.
Maybe it's happening to her too, though.
I don't know that.
I mean, it's pretty. Why do you think the fucking GRR got onto TikTok? Because they seen that if you get a couple 100,000 views, you can get a paycheck.
Yeah, but it's very hard to get a couple $100,000 views.
Right, but a fucking narcissist like the GRR.
So Josh says, using her math, that's $1,560,000 over the 13 years. Drive your cargo van into Lake
Jesus Christ. That's kind of rough. How about you just put up an orange fucking barrel in front of your twat?
I don't think Duchess is here. I think she's got a lunch.
She's having to work or something.
Yeah, she's got a lunch meeting.
Crazy ass.
I want to show you something that I
don't blow your load. If it's for Bunker tonight, don't fucking do that.
I know, but
by the way, Bunker's tonight, everybody. And if you're new to this, whatever, somehow you're not in the chat, come back or look for on the same platforms that you're on right now. Look for Boomer Bunker, and it'll be on tonight at 5:30 Central Time, 6:30 Eastern.
What did I do with them? Oh, yeah,
or just go to boomerbunker.com. Leave John a voicemail.
But I got to show you this one.
I've got like 2 or 3 more videos.
Okay, watch this. All right.
I've seen this. Oh my God. Some said that this was faked.
No way.
Some said that there was a mattress on the ground, but
I doubt it. First of all,
it looked, it looked very real.
See what he's putting on out there is what I want to get for this house. That is the outside part of an air
mini
conditioner.
split.
It's a
mini split system. And
he's up there.
But he's on a
aluminum ladder.
He's on an aluminum painter's ladder, not a fiberglass electrician's ladder.
Right.
So you're double grounded.
His shirt is up and his belly's touching the wrong.
He's wearing flip-flops.
And he's wearing flip-flops. Well, the flip-flops might insulate him, but his calf, his bare calf's up against it. His bare belly's up against it.
Yeah.
And man, he catches it. Watch. All right. He's hanging right there.
Yeah.
He's hanging. Yep. All his body weight is on that one
hand. It has
hand.
grabbed onto him.
It's got him. His muscles are locked and he's there. And then finally.
And that's probably like 220, 240.
Yeah, 220.
220, 221, whatever it takes. Yeah, there was no mattress.
There ain't no mattress there.
No.
Damn.
Fried chicken.
Oh, I mean, god damn. That looks like it hurts.
Oh, speaking of fried chicken, let me share a video. Sorry, I didn't already have this pulled up. My bad. I was trying to pay attention to what you were doing. Here we go.
No,
I don't know when this happened. It said this was from like a day ago. So.
A homeowner shot and killed 3 masked teenage intruders, even though he insists it was self-defense. The parents of the teens are still demanding that he be prosecuted. This happened in Rockdale County, Georgia. At around 4, 3 masked teenagers appeared in the neighborhood. They tried to break into a home to commit a robbery, but gunfire from inside the house brought them down. All 3 suspects died after being shot. 2 were pronounced dead at the hospital, and 1 died at the scene. Later, the families confirmed that among the victims were the brothers, ages 15 and 16. After the incident, the parents of these teenagers called for the homeowner to be prosecuted, saying he took the lives of their 3 sons. However, multiple eyewitnesses confirmed that all 3 teens were masked and armed. During the attempted break-in, the suspects fired at the homeowner first, and the resident returned fire in self-defense. Police also concluded that under Georgia's self-defense and stand your ground laws, the homeowner's actions were considered lawful self-defense. So do you think this was self-defense? Leave your thoughts in the comments.
So I wanted to use this for the as a talking point for the Boomer Bunker.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know that.
No. Well, let me just say, so normally when I see something like this, I want a news story. I want to go find a news story.
Sure.
So I went in, I searched. I could not find a news story for this. I found one from 2019. Yeah. 2019. That's 6 years ago.
Is it same like, Georgia?
Yeah, Georgia, 3 kids broke in, So this is from. So why are they? See, okay. I understand.
Because nothing's happening now. Everybody's just kind of mellow.
What's going on right now is I see a lot of stuff on TikTok that's bullshit. It's lies. Because you go back, you're like, holy shit. So then you go to a news source, you go to Reuters or anything, and and it's not there. There's nothing to back that up. So you can tell that's just propaganda. But if you don't look at it with side eye, then you'll end up with you'll believe this shit. Just like people are going to be saying, I saw a lady on TikTok that said they cut off all her Social Security and food stamps and everything.
Yeah, they're regurgitating, or it's like watching the same wife joke, like married life joke done by like 9 different guys.
Yeah. All right. One thing I like is when you share a video, I go right to the top of the screen. I hit add the scene, and
we're
boom,
not going to talk about food.
So this guy talks for a second
because I'll get sued
before he makes his point, and you're like, motherfucker, just make your point. But then at the end of it, you sort of get why he's, given the Bob version of his, anecdote.
I didn't want to say it. I was going to say, he's bobbing it, but go ahead. So
you see, I'm one of the many people that makes up the food supply chain. Meaning I distribute the food and someone's got to know how much it is to sell to the grocery stores. A lot of us know a different food cost than you know, but we're not allowed to talk about it.
Tommy Lift.
So I'm going to try and say something that won't get me sued. You see, my company is happy to sell food to anyone who can buy it at the price that the grocery stores buy it from. It's just that most people don't want as much food as the grocery stores are buying. But if a bunch of people got together and decided that they wanted to call themselves a grocery store and they pooled money together for the products they were already buying, I and my little company would be happy to sell my product to anyone who has enough money to buy it by the case. I guess what I'm saying here is instead of looking at politicians and looking for lower prices, maybe we could get them immediately if we just started looking at each other. Much love and respect.
So do you get what he's trying to say?
No, he confused the shit out of me.
Start a co-op in your local community, and maybe
you get lower prices.
The only way I could come up with it to make it, financially viable is you would have to charge like a membership fee to let people come in, but you're buying groceries at cost. You see what I'm saying? And there's no real, money to, of course there will be enough, money charged overhead, like on the membership fees to pay for the building and all those expenses and for, workers and all that stuff. But you would have to charge kind of cost for the food in order to make it something but it would cut out a lot of the fucking grocery stores. Yeah. Because when you're able to sell a box of, cheese crackers for $1.12, and not, if they're $3.49, you know what I'm saying?
They said that about BJ's and Costco's and Sam's Club. The problem is a lot of families can't afford to buy in bulk like that, or, they can't, like me. There's no sense in me going to buy a 55-gallon drum of laundry soap.
Yeah, but they sell giant fucking boxes of shit. Maybe you just need a 3-pack of fucking paper towels.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You don't need 20 of them. Or maybe you just want the 1-pound box of Cheez-Its. You don't want the 8-pound box.
Right.
So that's the thing. You buy from them. See, Costco and Sam's and BJ's, they all sell the big giant, 3-month fucking supply of shit.
Family size.
Right.
We call it.
So,
I'm sorry. You know what I can do? How can I get this off of here?
I can just,
I know.
I
I
can
can
just,
do it.
I can just remove the source.
There we go. I just removed it.
So, and I've heard before that BJ's only charges 12% over cost, which I don't believe that at all, because they're paying people fucking $34 an hour to look at a receipt on the way out.
They're not paying somebody $34 an hour. For $34 an hour, I'll go sit there and look at fucking.
I know people who work at Costco
for $34 an hour.
They
They're
make
getting
that kind of money.
Fuck that! Why am I doing this? I'll just go sit there and just.
They're also
fucking receipts.
I mean, Costco in the last couple of months, since we have the regime change, they have stood fast and hard on they are going to continue their practice of DEI. Which doesn't bother me. I don't care. Everybody at Costco, when I go there, the only people I fucking can't stand are the cockslobbers who run the. It's a third party company, and Costco kind of like leases that space to them. They sell the like Verizon or AT&T, or there's always one brand. Ours happens to be AT&T, and they won't leave you fuck alone. They've already, cocked me in the ass a couple of times. But you can't get by them. Like hey sir, quick question, fuck off. Every time I go by, you think they would remember my face, because every time they do, fuck off.
Yeah,
because I already went there once and I got a phone and I got a sweet deal because it was through Costco, right? And I was supposed to get $1,000 back for my old iPhone through AT&T through 36 monthly credits. So they give you 1,000, but it's over 36 months. And what it was supposed to do is basically make this phone free. All right, the one that I have now. Well, after 6 fucking months, and I never got my monthly credit, I was still paying full monthly on this. I called them. I'm like, why am I not getting it? Well, we never got your old phone. Motherfucker, I got tracking. I used your box, your mailing label, your fucking tracking. I did everything that you said to do, and it shows that you got it in fucking Texas, right? I can give you the date, but you're saying that you never got my phone. So basically, they fucked me out of $1,000. So I paid this phone off that day. Unlocked it, and I went to Visible, which is owned by Verizon. I pay $45 a month. That's it. And fuck AT&T.
I got to tell you, I bought this iPhone here that I have. Look, we have the same case, Bob. Look.
Well, I mean, they make these cases like a million different.
So brands. I bought this phone, and once this is paid off, I'm done with Verizon. I've been there since 1994. I've been there for 23 years. No, 21 years I've been there. 21? 94? No, 31. 31 years I've been with the same.
Wow.
They don't give you shit.
No.
They're always trying to.
The bill goes up every month.
Goes up all the time. And if you want to be a new customer, oh boy, they'll give you everything. They'll give you new phones. They'll give you this. They'll give you that. Screw that. So when this phone is paid off, I'm moving. I'm doing the same thing to you. I'm going either to one of those Pure Talk or
it's a MVNO. And it's a multi-virtual network operator. And basically the only downside with those, some may lack in customer support, but who the fuck ever deals with them once you got your phone on and it's working? Why do you need to talk to them?
Never.
Other than to cancel, and the way you cancel is you just switch to another damn carrier. They handle the canceling because you're porting your fucking number over. Anyway, the only downside is if you're in an area that is dense, like I go downtown and there's a lot of people using those 3 or 4 towers that are down there, I'm not getting priority. Okay, they're all the brand names, all the big threes, T-Mobile, AT&T, Verizon people, they're going to get priority on the network, on the towers over me. But if it's not busy, like if they're having like a big event downtown or something, which I never go there anyway when they're doing that, but if they're having some big event downtown where it's packed down there, there's 80,000 fucking assholes down there, I stay away from it anyway. But in that case, I would not get priority on the tower, so I would get slower, blah blah blah. But other than that, it's fucking great. My girlfriend, I just got her to move over after being on AT&T forever. She paid for the year, $450 for the year for their top tier, and that includes if you have a Apple Watch,
right,
that has that on it, that has the what do you call it? Mine's just a Wi-Fi Apple Watch. They have the kind that you can connect to like Verizon and all that.
Right.
So if you have one of those, that their top tier, which is only $45 a month, includes the wearable as well. You can have it on there too at no extra cost.
Okay.
So
right. So $450 for a year is what I pay for 2 months.
Right.
But that's for 2 phones.
I was paying
my daughter's phone too.
123 with my phone cost with AT&T for like I said, I was supposed to get 28 something a month credited back to my bill, but I never fucking got it.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, fuck you. And I just downloaded Visible app, and I went to Best Buy and did it. The guys there were so nice. They made no money off of this. They were like, yeah, here, watch me. You just download Visible. They're going to give you this PIN code and all this stuff. And I ported my number over, no problem. 10 minutes later, I was on fucking Visible. Goodbye, AT&T, suck a cock. Yep. So no more of that. No more AT&T.
All right, my man. Listen, I got to run. I got to end this thing. We did an hour and a half here.
All right.
It's not bad. It's okay.
I'll probably go with this one just because to me, I need to look at fucking EV Mux, but because their pricing is not that much different.
I'll give you my signing code. You can go in there and play with it. Do whatever you want with it.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go in there and watch live. I'm gonna watch a dog named N-word.
I don't care. Just don't use my stuff. Put your own streaming stuff in there.
Do it on the
I have. Don't you dare. I have for a month. I signed up for a month. I have a month of it, and it's just going to sit there. I'm probably not going to play with it anymore. So you can go in there and mess around with it, do whatever you want with it. Except get my channels banned.
I won't do that. I doubt I'll even go live. I just want to like play around with the buttons and see how everything. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not into all the having to drag windows and make sizes and all that. So
yeah, I'll send you the sign in and the password to get in.
Sweet. Or you can just add me as an admin and with the Boomer Bob Show at Gmail.
I will try that over there. I'll see if that works.
Mm-hmm.
But okay. All right, boss man, we're going to end this thing. Thanks for anybody that was still hanging out. We still got 6 people, and I think we're 4 of them. So thanks for hanging out, everyone.